Brie Larson is easily the most hated actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and some fans are not sure why. In this video, I will be giving you the breakdown on why Marvel fans hate her and some other celebrities who tried to warn us about Brie Larson. First up, Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle. Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle did an interview with Larson in 2019 to promote their latest film, Avengers Endgame. But it was clear during the interview that Hemsworth and Cheadle do not like Brie Larson, and anytime she spoke, they made their disdain very clear. While speaking to Entertainment Tonight, the trio got on the topic of stunt doubles, and Hemsworth stated he does a lot of his own stunts, but not the more dangerous things. Larson then chimed in that she does all of her own stunts because she believed that's what everyone else did. Hemsworth even mockingly praised her as the next Tom Cruise, as Tom Cruise famously does all of his own stunts. Many felt it was rude that she butted in to make those comments while Hemsworth was praising the work of his stunt doubles. And worst of all, the quartering later exposed that Larson did use a stunt double and she wasn't even telling the truth. Then the topic of which of their superhero characters was the strongest came up, and Larson replied, quote, "There's no competition for me because I'm the strongest." In response, Hemsworth said, quote, "Meh, we'll let her think that." Then there was an incident with Cheadle. While Larson was talking about something involving the three of them, Larson started hitting both men with their elbows in a playful way, kind of like this thing. But it was obvious that Cheadle was not having any of it, and even flat out told her to stop, not in a playful way. Body language experts broke down the interaction, and it was clear that he was not pleased. One expert named Mandy O'Brien made a video breaking down the entire interview, criticizing Larson's appearance and behavior during the Marvel movies press tour. During the interview with Cheadle and Hemsworth, O'Brien said that the men were relaxed, while Larson's body language was domineering and stiff. O'Brien felt that Larson was trying to be taller than the men, essentially trying to dominate them, which obviously is not a behavior that will develop a friendship between coworkers. O'Brien added, quote, "I guess in her mind, domination equals acceptance. In reality, submission will get you a lot further in friendship circles than trying to dominate and boss everyone around." Next up, Jeremy Renner. Clearly, Brie Larson is not very good in interviews, and she had another awkward interaction with her co-star Jeremy Renner during an interview. The topic of discussion was being a celebrity and being conscious of their platforms. Larson responded, quote, "I'm committed to self-improvement. I work at being the best person that I can be and using this platform for as much good as I can. That doesn't mean I don't make mistakes, but I'm very comfortable with that, allowing myself to learn from those mistakes." During the conversation, Renner looks completely annoyed, like he's holding back an eye roll. When it's his turn to speak, Renner says, quote, "I'm pretty accountable and responsible in my own life at any rate. Celebrity is not something I use any sort of platform to be more responsible or accountable, I suppose." Basically firing back at Larson's idea that being a celebrity means she needs to be a voice for social issues. Next up, fan boycott. Following all the backlash against Larson and the clear dislike of her by her co-stars, it was not a shock to see that petitions popped up trying to axe Larson from the next Captain Marvel film. Unfortunately for fans, the movie did get a sequel starring Larson, but it was clear that Marvel made some changes to please their fans and made the sequel named The Marvels instead, meaning instead of solely focusing on Larson's character, the movie would also showcase other Marvel superheroes. And it's very clearly a demotion from her last role. Based on the performance of this upcoming film, her time with MCU could end for good. And this is not the only project that Larson has been demoted in. The Marvel animated series named What If also demoted and replaced Larson in the show. The show features Marvel's biggest stars like Michael B. Jordan, Sebastian Stan, and Tom Hiddleston. However, Larson was shockingly replaced in the series by up-and-coming actress Alexandra Daniels. Daniels opened up to her fans during a Twitch stream about getting that part in Marvel's animated series, saying, quote, "When I auditioned, they were looking for a Brie Larson voice double, so they sent a clip of Brie Larson from the movie, and I was like, cool, I can do that. And I did it, and like a month later, they were like, you booked it, and that was my first voice job ever." She continued that she thought she would not get any credit because she was just going to be a voice double. But then she was surprisingly given credit in the first episode, and it was clear that she was going to be a real character. More bad news for Brie Larson. And finally, Brie Larson herself. Back in 2018, Brie Larson got in a huge scandal when she was accused of being a, quote, "white man hater" after a slew of questionable interviews. After she was cast as Captain Marvel, the predominantly male fanbase was not happy. According to Screen Rant, a small group of extremely vocal fans pushed back at the female-centric film. Then Larson made some comments about diversity and gender that made matters much worse. In 2018, while accepting an award at the Crystal and Lucy Awards, Larson decided to comment on the fact that so many movie critics are white men. She said, quote, "I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him." She went on to speak about the movie A Wrinkle in Time, saying that it was not made for white men, and she wants to hear what women of color think about the movie. She repeated that she, quote, does not hate white dudes throughout her speech, rather she just wants diversity. Even though she got some heat for those comments, she doubled down on them a year later in an interview with Marie Claire UK. She said about the topic of movie reviews, quote, I started paying attention to what my press days looked like, the critics reviewing movies, and noticed it appeared to be overwhelmingly white males. These comments sparked backlash from men's rights groups who tried to start a boycott against Captain Marvel. In 2019, Cinema Blend reported that Larson clarified her comments by saying, quote, what I'm looking for is to bring more seats to the table, although many felt she took a stance of exclusion rather than inclusion. Brie Larson also got the attention of all her haters when she launched her own YouTube channel. Her first video was called So I Made a Decision, announcing the channel. It got great views, over 500,000 in less than a day, and over 127,000 subscribers. But the dislikes on the video were very high. In that time, the video raked up over 50,000 likes, but 18,000 dislikes, with some of the comments saying that the dislikes should be way higher. One comment read that when they first saw the video, it had 18,000 dislikes, but when they came back to it about an hour later, it only had 17,000 dislikes, so 1,000 less, meaning that she was potentially covering it up and getting rid of them somehow. This was even more proof for her haters that she was just a liar. Another scandal that got Larson in some serious heat was when she lied about her casting in Captain Marvel. Fans respect that she has to keep it a secret for the sake of contracts, but the way she went about it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. According to Cheat Sheet, a month before Marvel confirmed that Larson had been cast as Carol Danvers and the 2016 Comic-Con, a reporter asked her about the upcoming movie, trying to get the inside scoop on the role. To the question of if she was playing the role, Larson responded, quote, who's Captain Marvel? She continued to play dumb, saying, quote, so I would be playing a man? I'm down to play Chris Evans. Oh wait, no, Chris Evans is Captain America. Who's Captain Marvel? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Since they announced only a few days later, it's clear that she knew what was going on. But the annoying way that she went about it really rubbed people the wrong way. So that's all for this, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. But before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from top 10 celebrities who lost everything in 2021. Emily QS said, I can't believe Travis Scott really thinks he has no responsibility for what took place at the Astroworld Festival and the tragic events that came from it. I think we're gonna see in court, this is gonna be a really interesting court battle when it plays out, because technically he doesn't, right? He's just to perform. Technically he doesn't, but if they're able to prove that he physically saw what was happening and did nothing, then he's gonna be really on the hook. Miss T Valentine said, I don't even like Travis Scott or his music, but I don't understand how he can be responsible for what happened at that concert. Isn't the people who put the show together and the people who own the concert hall responsible for what happened? Travis Scott should only be responsible for his music and what goes on in the stage, in my opinion. You're completely right. I think a lot of people feel that way. But apparently he, someone came on the stage and told him there was a crisis, and then he told them to go away. So there's a lot that's going to be coming out in this investigation, and to be honest, it's looking very bad for Travis. Shanine Spence said, Mackenzie, give me a shout out as well. Thank you. Oh my god, Mackenzie, one of my faves. Here you go, Shannon, or Shanine, sorry, I'm not sure if I'm saying that wrong. Here is your shout out, guys. If you want a shout out, make sure to put a juicy comment below or just ask me and I'll probably do it. Then Susanna said, love the channel and these guys, kisses from Portugal. Thank you so much, Susanna. We love having you here. All right, guys, that's all for the video. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and we will catch you in the next one.